Probably the one stock that has captured the news here today is Disney. Its stock is up almost 14% now after it has announced that their subscription numbers on their Disney Plus streaming platform are doing very, very good. 86.8 million subscribers, which, by the way, I remember like a year ago when they started doing all this, started speculating on how this was going to roll out, Matt, that was their target for like 2024. They're already near 90 million subscribers after a very short period of time. They're just crushing it, quite frankly. And they even upped their long-term guidance by 2024 to have more like 230 to 260 million subscribers. And they increased the price by $1 per month. Matt, what's your read on this Disney situation?
Disney had their investor day yesterday, a little 4-hour celebration of all things great Disney and whatnot. But there's been some obvious questions on Disney, specifically with Disney Plus when they released it a year and a half ago now, or a couple of years ago, and ever since that time there have been some questions, but Disney specifically post-pandemic has been answering those questions on subscriber growth. And, I'm looking at Disney here today, and Tim, you laid out some of the news items. They increased their price $1 to $7.99. I like Disney so much right now, and I like their plan with Disney Plus specifically so much. I'm like, $7.99? What are we doing here? Just go $9.99. Mm-hmm. Nobody like what are we doing? Like nobody, like people will literally pay $20 a month just to watch The Mandalorian, let alone anything else right now. So I obviously I think $7.99 is a price point that that consumers will not hesitate at. I mean, they literally will not hesitate at $7.99. And even at that $7.99 price point, Tim, what is interesting is their path to profitability. When you're talking about Netflix, and I'll talk about Netflix here in a second, but when you're talking about Netflix, man, the path to profitability we all believe in at Netflix, but we know it's going to take a lot of time. In terms of Disney Plus, that path to profitability specifically for Disney Plus, that was an open question. And now it looks like by 2024, with their expectation of 230 to 260 million subscribers, guys, think about that number for a second. And does anybody think they're not going to hit that 230 to 260?
No, they're going to hit it.
I would almost like anybody here.
No, I think they'll up those numbers.
Frankly, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan himself is going to bring in 180 million subscribers. Like if I was not already a subscriber to Disney, I'm going to get Disney just so I can watch Ewan McGregor. That's it. Like I'm in. I'm sold. Right.
Yeah.
So you gotta love that. And then for example, when you're looking at the, that 230 to 260 million number, Tim, coming into this year, it was 70 to 80 million by that date.
Yeah, they've already beat that. Yeah.
And that's only a year and a half. I mean, so a lot of people are thinking about Disney being through the roof here. And it's easy to understand because when you're looking at Disney Plus, unlike Netflix, unlike these traditional streaming companies that focus on let's get as much content, let's acquire as much content as we potentially can. Here's Disney saying, nope, let's build around. Think about this for a second. Instead of building around outside talent, let's build around our talent. Let's build these so-called gurus, these so-called destinations. Let's build around the Marvel. Let's build around Star Wars. Let's build around this, and let's build around our internal stars. And as we do that, not only are we going to see massive subscriber growth at Disney Plus, but here's what Disney has that Netflix and the other traditional streamers doesn't. What we also have as we build these amazing gurus to a certain extent, we also have individuals that want to go to Disney theme parks to experience that in real life. And not only do we have that, but here's what we have. We have merch. We have merchandise for absolutely all of this. And so their revenue models are vastly different than your traditional streaming. And one thing that I think specifically Disney Plus was missing was that destination content. For a very long time, and if we'll go back to Netflix here for a second.
1 second, though. I do want to make a point while we're on the Disney here. I think it's really interesting. You guys are talking about The Mandalorian. You're talking about the subscriber numbers. They paid $4 billion for all of the rights to the Star Wars franchise in 2012.
Literally, George, you sold low, bro.
You did sell low. And at the time, by the way, we were all like, whoa, he just cashed in, right?
No. That wasn't everybody. Like I was saying at the time, that's cheap.
Yeah,
That wasn't everybody. George sold low. But Tim, thinking about Netflix for a second, okay, let's go back to Netflix. Netflix, we know the juggernaut of Netflix today from a stock perspective, but there's a lot of people in the market that don't understand the concern that Netflix had early in Netflix life. And Netflix, the concern about Netflix in 2012, 2013, coming into 2014 was original content. You didn't have a destination show that you had to actually go to Netflix for and stay with Netflix. You had Netflix acquiring all the other content from other sources. And so you would come into Netflix, binge watch your show you wanted, and then you would stop paying Netflix. And you guys all know you would do this. Think about how you as a consumer behaved many years ago with Netflix. All of a sudden, Netflix in 2013, 2014, they come out with House of Cards. And House of Cards all of a sudden changed that business model for Netflix towards now the consumers, instead of, micro dosing content with Netflix, either getting like, you guys remember the little videos, well, let me get 2-3 videos, then I'll send them back to you and all that. Or let me, go out and just pay them a month worth of a subscription, drop the subscription, and then, come back when Netflix comes back with that next content you want to acquire. Now with House of Cards, they have this show that you want to be a part of every single year. And even though we know how House of Cards ended up, back in the day, it was that destination show, and it changed Netflix business model. The concern that I had and many others like myself had about Disney was that same concern with Disney Plus. Yes, you like all of Marvel. Everybody loves Marvel. Everybody loves Star Wars. But how many times can you rewatch the same stinking show at Disney Plus? Now, with The Mandalorian a year ago, all of a sudden you have that destination, and we're seeing the power of Baby Yoda again with Disney Plus here after The Mandalorian. It is in the social conscious now, to the point where you want to stay with Disney long term instead of simply microdosing content whenever your child wants to watch a Disney Marvel movie. And so I love what I'm seeing from Disney Plus. I think they can hit the subscriber growth market 230 to 260 by 24. I believe in the path to profitability here. Mandalorian is a driver. And now with yesterday's announcements of 10 new Star Wars spin-offs, one with Christian Bale, not with Star Wars, but Christian Bale coming to the Marvel universe, building these stars within the apparatus of the Disney universe. And that spinoff, I'm telling you, now I'm just speaking my book a little bit here, being a little bit of a fanboy, but I love Ewan McGregor coming back for an Obi-Wan, and I know, Frank, you do too. And
Absolutely.
And so you have now all of this other content that people are going to come back. I'm geeking out here like a kid that's going to a Disneyland park. I get it, make fun of me, I can accept it, but I love the news that's coming out of Disney, and I think honestly, I think the sky is the limit for Disney long term here.